All right, so what's up, guys? Taco, what's happening? Ron Wayne, DLD, what's going on? So we're just starting the stream, basically to goof off tonight because Dark's not going, so we're gonna goof off. Sword size blade in your kit. What's up, Warsaw? Let me get some stuff squared away here. So I have no idea how long I will go, and I have no idea where the stream will go. I'm going to post this in the chat. I'm going to pin this message though, so I got a link to the chat up. So you guys all feel freaking whatever to get in. And while I'm checking messages here, okay, so anyway, so yeah, you guys all come in, feel free. I'm gonna fix another drink, and that's the big thing I got to do right now. And then we're gonna talk about some stuff because I got was set on preheat at 350. Well, if your oven was set on preheat for 350, you're okay, Dark. It's not gonna burn the damn house down, I promise you. And Dark, dude, if you've been under the weather, we understand. I promise you. So, yeah, don't don't feel one way or the other about anything, man. We got your back. We've all been under the weather. Dude, Mike McClune, I fixed chicken meat for tacos tonight, and it was pretty fucking rocking. Just to throw that out there. Vanessa Kitty, what is happening, my sister? And like I said, I have no idea. I'm gonna fix another glass here in a second, but I have no idea how long I'm gonna go tonight. I have no idea where this stream is going to go. This is just kind of a hangout. And it could go many different ways. Warsaw, what's up? Throw Warsaw in here.
What up,
Warsaw,
man?
what's happening, brother?
Well, it's just having some hot cider with
You're
some.
way lower. I don't have my earphones close enough.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah. Amp that up a little bit. Let me grab my glass. This is just a hangout shit. And we'll see what happens, kind of deal. So what's been happening, everybody? Since Christmas. Hopefully all you guys had a very Merry Christmas.
Things went well. And I got my handguard set I've been waiting for.
You got to turn yourself up some little more.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just low.
There's not much I can do on my end about it.
You said you got your handguard.
Yeah, from PSA, Soviet Arms.
Yeah, dude, I got my or the dust cover from PSA installed, and the dust cover itself is cool. I just don't. I don't like the way that the safety selector fits, and
What's wrong?
it took me a little while to get the dust cover fit.
What's wrong with
'Cause-
the safety lever?
I have to do a video on it. It just doesn't. It doesn't close up as cleanly as I would like to see it. Let's put it that way.
Is it the opening where the top cover and the selector meet?
What do you say?
Is it where the opening is, where the top cover and lever meets up?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's about it.
You can fix that with a little file if it's the back end of where the that little sleeve goes in, where the lever goes in.
Yeah, I have to. I'm gonna, which I am gonna do a video on it shortly. I have to do a video on it and show everybody how it fits up. And on a Romanian gun with a AK builder receiver and all the other shit, it just doesn't fit up as cleanly as I'd like to see it. There's a pretty big gap in there.
Like how big of a gap we're
it's-
talking, like 16th?
No, way over a 16th.
Oh shit.
The operation is nice. I like the shoulder you can just put your finger on and work the safety with.
Mhm.
But as far as that gap with it fitting against the rail dust cover and all that, no, that's just not where I'd like to see it.
I could say what we could do to help fix that, man.
And what's up, Sam?
I mean,
Sam, I am doing nicely. I am living the dream as always. And just cranked the stream up because Dark wasn't going. So, hey, that guy right there let us down. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, Dark didn't have a stream, and I got on some with the turkeys tonight just to shoot shit, and I wasn't going to sleep anytime soon, so I just cranked this up. So that's where we're at. What's up? Too many choices?
no, but as far as top covers, there's always going to be quirks with top covers out there. So if, like, say if I had something from Bulgaria, then I wanted to switch it to a Romanian, there's always, tolerances.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about AKs is they were made by so many different countries, and what people don't understand about tolerances. So a tolerance can be plus or minus this, or minus that or plus this. They can be unilateral tolerances. They can be bilateral tolerances, and there's a lot of things that can change within a very short tolerance.
Well, like how
so-
about, like an example, like the standard AKM. I mean, then you got the Yugoslavs. The Yugoslavs made a whole different new system.
Yeah. It's tolerance. It's what I teach students in like a
Mhm.
blueprint class is tolerances can be unilateral, they can be bilateral. Joe's here. Hold on, Joe. Let's bring Joe in here.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Joe?
Not much. I'm having a little bit of video problems, but outside of that, everything's fine.
Well, you're as ugly as I am, so no one cares anyway, as long as they have your voice.
No big loss. Is my audio at least good?
Yeah, dude, your audio is great, man.
Okay, happy with that because usually that's what's freaking ass. So
Yeah, normally your audio is what goes fucking crazy.
I'm on a different device tonight, trying something different.
Dude,
but hey,
are you filming us on your vibrator again?
yes. The one
Okay.
one that looks like Nancy.
No wonder the image is so shaky.
Yeah. But you guys were talking AKs, were you?
Yeah, we're still.
Oh, we were talking anything, but yeah, AKs were made by so many different countries and made
had different tolerances.
yeah, and different tolerance, because you can have a tolerance that's
Match.
plus 0.2 something and plus 0.1 something, or minus 0.2 something plus 0.2 something, and that tolerance is a huge tolerance when you're talking about the interference in between two parts. And
Well,
I'm a welder. I'm not a machinist, and I understand that shit. So
I remember just being young and like freaking having like a Mac 90 and saying, you know, I want to get some different furniture for this thing, man. It's hard to find furniture that'll fit it. And then, come to realize I should have left it the fuck alone. And,
Yeah.
well, that after I got, other ones, I've got a couple Chinese guns I got a pre-ban and a post-ban, and they're both as they were, collector value, nice guns. One's a shooter, one is not, but, they're nice.
Yes. Man, I wish I'd gotten so many guns back then. It's just not even fucking funny.
I got them later in life. I got them when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I bought them off of I bought a couple really nice high dollar guns off a kid whose dad passed away at kind of young age. The kid was only like 25, and he was writing me out bill of sales and shit. And his dad had him tagged before he died with like price values, like you do at a gun store. He just went and bought paper tags and put string on them and put them on the trigger guards and told him to sell them. I got that Type 56 Polytech double folder for I think $1,100 when I was like 26 years old, and that was a steal, man. That was a big steal.
Dude, my boss is probably he's about 10 years older than I am. So I'm 45, he's in his mid 50s. And me and him have both talked. Hell, if we had known the way shit would go, when SKSs were $89 or $79, we would have bought them by the trailer truckload and started unloading them now.
I could have got one for $75 back in like 1991 or 92. The guys, like a couple of my friends, were volunteer fire department guys. You could do that when you were like 16. And a couple guys down at the fire department were going together, and they were going to buy a crate, like a case of them. And they were like, man, if you get in, you can get one for $75. And I was like, yes, I want one of those. They were telling me what they were. I knew what they were. I'd seen one before. And my dad would not let me buy one, man. I was so jealous when my buddies got those guns in, dude. They look so fucking cool. And they were all in the Cosmoline. They had to clean them all.
Yep.
All, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, never been seen in combat. Fucking, just
new rifles.
Basically brand new parts.
Brand new Norinco rifles, man. I've got one now. I've got a Norinco now, but it wasn't a brand new one in the crate.
What's up, Woods? Yeah, dark. Yeah, if I'd known that, I never saw the thing. Yeah, dude. If I would have known. If I could have seen what was coming, which I see some of the stuff coming now.
Yeah.
But if I'd been that informed when I was younger, yeah, dude, I would have bought up everything. Mosin Nagants, goddamn SKSs, AKs. I would have bought every one I could have seen.
Yeah, Tokarev variants.
Yeah, Tokes. Yeah, that'd have been another.
I would have
Tokes Max.
I would have loved to have had at least one Vepr variant AK when they were still coming in, and you could have got like Classic Firearms had those really, really nice high grade Vepr Hunters. I really wanted one of those, and they were chambered in 308 Winchester. And that was a very, very nice. Or you could get it in by 54R. You could get it in that, and that was a very nice hunting rifle. And it was in like a full like Monte Carlo stock. The action was like set into that. It was really
Techno. Sweet. What's up? Yeah, well, know what I know now. I would have bought up every fucking parts kit that I could have possibly found.
That kid that I bought that Polytech had literally an old chest of drawers in the basement, and when you opened up each drawer, it had like 4 or 5 AMD 65 barreled parts kits.
Oh God, yeah.
His dad had a freaking lathe and a freaking table full of metal shavings, and he was trying to like mill down like 80s or something, or like full castings. When his dad died, he was working on projects in the basement.
Yeah. Oh, it's man. There have been so many things in the last. Well, hell, if you look at this shit, and I'm 45, so I remember all the assault weapons ban shit. Because I remember a lot of political shit when I was really young. And I remember when the ban went out, and
This is what year was this? Pre 1986.
You mean
well,
80s?
well, you look
Or
at
90s.
86. I remember the full auto shit coming in.
Yeah.
I was only 10. I was only 10 when that happened.
Yeah, well, it was like I said, I'm 45 now, so I remember a little bit of Reagan. I remember the auto ban come in, which was part of the Firearms Owners Protection Act and all that shit. I remember that coming in. Later on, I remember bans from certain countries, Russia and others. I mean,
China.
I remember all that shit. Yeah, China. I definitely remember the so-called assault weapons ban, and I remember things changing around that, where all they did was change one or two features, and then they had the same gun that was just
Some of those
configured a little differently.
Some of them were
Yeah.
trapped in customs too, and they did the
Yeah.
They would do like a little additional stamping. They do like a -S or a slash or whatever, and they would
Yep.
put like a Boyd's. The Boyd's thumbhole stocks were one thing they used, and what else they put on them suckers? Or they were grinding bayonet lugs down and crap.
Oh yeah, it had to have the
Okay.
magazine well had to be restricted to 10 rounds. It wasn't a double stack. There was all sorts of stuff that happened during that time.
And part of it was California stuff.
I think
Yeah.
some of them even went to the extreme of like not even tack and barrel nuts. I think they were actually turning threads. So if you got one of those, that's how the Mac 90s came in. They were like turned threads, so it was like there was no meat to. You couldn't even like thread it yourself. It was pretty much gone. It was neutered. But those were excellent shooters. I mean, to get your hands on one of those, especially if it wasn't modified or anything, the stock's actually kind of comfortable. It's almost blasphemy to say, but it's kind of comfortable. But
Oh yeah.
the one on my NHM 91, that Boyd's thumb hole, and it's even got the skinny grip. It actually feels pretty good.
Dude, there were some of the guns that came in with the thumb hole grips and everything on them that were. I would like to build one because I like building the guns, but I would like to build one because that thumb hole stock was comfortable. But now you watch when some of the AKs came into this country, they had some of the
They had boards on them. Yeah, they had a board.
some of the worst furniture thrown on them, and the thumbhole stocks, like Rob Ski from AK Builders Union did a video on some of them. They came in with this freaking. It was, oh god, it's hard to describe. It's like a waffle built or layered AK stock that was just this club looking square thing.
Yeah,
It was
like a
just
board.
enough to get your thumb through. But once they came into the US like that, well, then we could refit them with furniture and
that was
then
part
they,
of 22R too. Your furniture.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
talked about the Polish imports you're talking about? There was one of the Polish
Yeah,
imports.
one of them was Polish. Yeah, there were more that came in that way. But yeah, and Joe's right. It's part of the 922R compliance shit. And the 922R compliance shit is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just a way to process.
It's really
That's
not.
all it is.
It's an easy thing to comply with because what is it? Is it 11 parts, something like that?
It's
No,
over 9 parts.
It's
It's
based
9.
on the,
It's over
it's-
9 parts.
yeah.
Over
It's
9
based
parts.
on the number of overall parts that the gun has, and you just have to have more American parts than foreign parts.
And if you're
Now,
really,
Here's the
wanting
stupid shit about 922R. I can have a Polish trunnion, a Polish bolt carrier, a Polish rear trunnion, and a lot of my so-called American parts are in the magazine. The
Yeah.
follower, all that shit. Now, that gun is fine as long as I have that magazine in there that has
That's
all
yeah,
these American
that's the
parts.
gray area. If you're
Yeah,
using magazine
but
parts, 922R
yeah,
compliance, almost have
the
to.
minute I rack that American magazine out of there and then I throw a fucking
Com block.
a true cob block magazine in
Mhm.
there, well, all of a sudden that gun's illegal.
Yep, for the moment.
It's
For the
fucking
moment.
now. I
You can
don't
get,
know of a single person,
I,
a single individual that has been prosecuted for that. But companies, on the other hand, have had issues with that.
that's why they always give you a dingy freaking magazine with it, like a piece of crap plastic mag that doesn't even fit in the mag well. I mean, those two, and
Yep.
those last two Zastavas I have, fit and finish. I mean, we were comparing it to like the wood finish on one of my Henry rifles. It was tight. It was really good. But the mag was useless that came with it. I mean, you know, you could file down the tab and get it to work if you wanted to, but there's no use for it. I don't want to use it. I want to
I
use
just-
my 20 rounders.
Yeah. I just saw Clover text tag. Don't mind me. I'm just here spying for the ATF. Yeah, I know you, informant. You can come in the chat, informant.
Yeah, but that's another,
Clover Tax started that. God, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Clover Tax started that with me because I called everybody perps and everything. They said he wasn't a perp; he was an informant. So anytime I get into Clover Tax chat, I'm like, "What's up, perps and informant?"
Mhm.
And Clover Tax is a good dude. He fucking rolls with it, man.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to touch one more second on that 922R
Yeah.
stuff. You know, again, if you're gonna, and that applies to rifles. If you're really wanting a true SBR, like you want, like to build like a M2 or something like that, like a crank or something. If you get a pistol, the pistols come in legal beagle, full freaking military style, you know, guts and everything in them. So you get the pistol. That's what you get, and that makes the better host for your SBR anyway, because it's already cut, it's already as short as it can be, it's engineered, the gas system's perfect. That's what you want, and they're all overgassed anyway. But freaking, you know, that M92 I have would make an excellent SBR, and it's so easy.
Well,
because they already put a hole in the back of the trunnion. They sell the triangle fixed stock for it. You just buy the bolt. I mean, it's like $100 easy 2-minute bolt on.
You look at the stupid shit from the ATF, okay? The ATF says that any part coming in from another country that was part of a machine gun, you have to cut it. So they cut the barrels down. They cut all this other shit down. However, they will send you the trunnions and they will send you the full auto sear and the rate reducer
the whole
in the same kit. But they cut down the barrel.
Yeah, people were taking like was it burst packs or what? You could make pretty much a home build freaking binary trigger out of.
Yeah.
It wasn't that complex either.
No, well, I've got, you know, when I've ordered the last probably 3 remaining kits I ordered, the rate reducers, the auto sears, and all that shit. I just put them up to the side, throw them up because I want to get my SOT so I can do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I just put them to the side. Now, could the ATF raid my house and be like, well, this is what do they call it?
Intent.
Constructive intent.
Yeah.
Could they say this is constructive intent? Yeah, they could.
Not all the components are there.
Oh well, yeah, all the components are there. I've got the extra pins.
No, but it's
shepherd's hooks.
No, but it's the piece. They call it the piece.
Yeah.
As long as it's called the piece, that's all they have to do to prosecute your ass.
Yeah.
But I've owned these things. I've had these things in my possession now for a couple of years. And I haven't done shit with them because I don't plan on doing that to break the law. All of my AKs are semi-autos, and you know, I don't plan on starting that particular fucking bull, but could they break into my house and go, well, you have these parts? That's constructive intent. Wait a second, motherfucker. I've had them for a long time. If I was going to do it, I would have done it already.
Yeah, it would certainly go to court.
Oh, it would go to court.
Yeah.
Well,
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
While that shit goes to court, it's going to cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to fight the government.
And you might
who's
have
just
to give,
taking my tax dollars.
You might have to give bail.
Yeah, who is just taking my tax dollars, and they're using those tax dollars to put me in prison.
Yes.
And go to time in court with your finances too.
Yes. So it's nowhere near, and I still got to do a video on the Navy dude who got busted with all that shit.
What, the MG kit?
Yeah, the MG kits, the
Papa Shaw. It was a Papa Shaw 41.
it was
PPSH
the
41.
rocket launchers, and all that shit. And the ATF goes in and they make the shit to where it's functional. Now, it's not functional while the dude has it, but the ATF makes it functional and then prosecutes the dude on the fact that it could be functional.
Well,
It's so fucking ridiculous. Anybody with half a goddamn brain is just beating their head against a wall. But
wait, how do they make it functional? First off, are they welding the
Well-
parts back together?
well, yeah. The factual, and I'll say the factual evidence I've read, because I read through the DOJ, because you can go on the DOJ's website, you can look it up. The DOJ went and the ATF actually fixed and repaired the tubes that these rockets were supposed to go through. Now, this dude didn't own a single rocket. They went in and fixed and re-welded the tubes and said that this guy could have fixed the tubes, although he hadn't done it, and all the time he had owned them. They said he could have. So, again, like constructive intent, well, you had them, so you get to go to jail.
We're getting dangerously into the pre-crime realm.
Oh, it is way into the pre-crime realm. Because, see, for me, there should be a distinct difference, black and white. You either commit the crime or you don't commit the crime. Period. There's no gray area in there. There's either one or the two. Can I run my happy ass all the way up to that line and throw the brakes on it and not do it? Yes. As long as I don't do the thing, then I haven't committed the crime.
What was it? Trump said, take the guns away first and due process later.
I was not.
That's where he was
that was
talking
like-
about red flag laws. And Trump said, take the guns and then due process. Which Trump, this is my biggest issue with the dude. He was not a constitutional guy. He had zero, and he still has zero, none whatsoever idea about constitutional rights.
There's due process first.
You have to have the due process first. If you are going to be constitutional, if you are going to be governed by the laws that our Constitution provides, there has to be due process first. In other words, you don't get to take my shit just because you think I might do something. You don't get to do that.
Yeah, I can't even talk to people at work about my hobbies and stuff. When I go for a long lunch break, sometimes they're like 2 exits up are my favorite gun shops. So oftentimes I'll go take my long lunch break and I'll go cruise the gun shops, and sometimes I find something I like and I pick it up. And when I take a long lunch break and I come back all happy, they're just like, "We know where you went." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Why? Okay, where did I go?" "You went to the damn gun shop, didn't you? You bought another fucking gun." I'm like, "What's it to you?" and
Well,
they're just completely upset of my happiness and me being able to enjoy my hobby. But all the time, I still have to say, I applaud you people. You people are stunning and brave, and I fly the rainbow flag and all that. No, I don't know
well, you know
about.
what? I'll do the whole stunning and brave shit. You guys are stunning and brave. Okay. I don't give a shit.
I don't
But
either.
here's and this is a video that I've got to shoot where I shoot the video of Coop doesn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck whether you are gay, left-handed. I don't give a shit whether you're black, white, Eskimo, you name it. I don't give a fuck. I don't. As long as the government is not forcing me to do certain things.
Or your job. That's where I'm at. That's where
Well, yeah,
I'm.
and it's
You-
a lot of it's a job. It
Yeah.
really is.
Here's the thing.
Hold on,
we're all common Americans.
hold
We're
on,
human
hold on.
beings.
Let's throw this ugly son bitch on here.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he finally comes on.
What's up, dude?
Someone uglier than I am son showed up. So
What's going on, fellas?
What's
Dude, I'm
up,
sorry. I totally left y'all hanging tonight, man. I didn't mean to forget the stream. I've been under the weather, man. I've been blowing out boogers that are like freaking tar, and
yeah.
Gotta look
I
out for
said, yeah, you gotta watch out for them tar boogies.
Mhm.
I hold on. Let me see. This is backwards. There we go. I sat down at 8 o'clock, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit down for a minute. And I woke up at like 11:30. I was like, "Fuck, really?"
Oh, dude, I tell 'em, I'm keeping on my parents' place because we've got stuff going on, so they're out of town. So I'm keeping on their place, and I've been back and forth to my place and all that shit in the last little while. And the wife come over here tonight because she works in town where I'm at, and it was like, look, okay, let me say this: you're gonna hang out. I got most of the dinner done. You're gonna hang out. I'm gonna take a nap, and you watch the kiddos for like the next hour, and I'm gonna chill out because
Yeah,
them little jokers are wearing my ass out.
bro, I know the feeling. When I had
So,
my
yeah,
daughter,
I know.
yeah, I feel you. I do have some good news, though.
What's
You ready
that?
for some good news?
I'm
So,
always ready for good news.
I just wanted to publicly say here first. So, everyone out there, you can rest assured that CNC Designs and Arms is dropping this info here first, live with DLD After Dark for the first time ever. I am dropping sugar for my diet 100%.
Hey, hell yeah, man!
Dude, freaking years ago, I used to drink like almost like a 2 liter of Mountain Dew a day when I was in college, and it was never better giving something up than giving up soda pop.
Oh yeah, soda is terrible
The
for you.
liquid sugar pumps the fat on
Yeah.
it. It's
So
bad.
I
Dude.
actually was partially joking. I just wanted y'all to see erythritol is artificial sugar, and that
Yeah.
is the ingredient you use to synthesize
Dude.
ETN, which is erythritol tetranitrate, which has about a 7,000 meters per second explosion. Or it's energetics. It's sugar that you can use to synthesize energetics.
Hot sugar.
Dude, DOD,
Mhm.
I'm not even shitting you. And this is where I get into the this will be taken completely wrong. I need to get you hooked up with my mom.
Whoa.
I can't even say that with
He's
a fucking
single,
straight
he's
face.
soon, man.
But
You could say you could
Yeah.
introduce me to your mom.
this, yeah,
Get hooked up with your mom.
maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah, I
Even
need
that
to
sounds bad.
introduce you to my mom. No shit, but she started the keto stuff. Probably about 2 years ago or so. And it's all about cutting basically most of the carbs that you will ever receive in your life. That's what it's about, is cutting them out. And
Yeah.
it's been fucking amazing for her.
Well, I think
When
there's
I was,
a benefit to like getting into like blood ketosis. Like once you get into that high protein intake,
oh yeah,
you get into that state of your blood where what's it do? Build cells. What's it do? I forget what it's supposed to do. Once you're in that
well,
state.
what you're doing
Ketoacidosis
is sugar. Sugar is probably the most damaging substance you will ever put into your body.
yeah, it's literally
Actual
carcinogenic.
just plain sugar. That is the most damaging thing you will ever put into your body.
Yeah.
So when you start cutting that out and you start going for your proteins and stuff like that, well,
I was just trying to make a joke about erythritol tetranitrate.
Oh, okay.
But
no,
I
yeah.
mean, no,
DOD makes a joke, I take it serious, and all you guys suck it. So
no. I mean,
all I gotta
look,
say is
you're
suck.
you're right.
I don't like
Sugar is literally carcinogenic. It is terrible for you. It's bad for you.
Yeah,
and
sugar's
just like
horrible.
anything else, in moderation. Moderation is important.
Which we're going to learn with some more whiskey here in a minute. But
Oh,
okay.
dude, I got a nice bottle for Christmas. I got a bottle of Old Elk.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking Safety Doc, which I have not drank hardly anything since that night. Safety Doc sent me 2 bottles of Old Humble whiskey.
Oh, I saw that.
One was Special Reserve, and another one was something else. And yeah, when I sat there on stream that night, and we were having the tasting, dude, I got wrecked.
I think I drank a little whiskey that night too.
Yeah, I have barely drank a goddamn drop since that night.
Oh, I've been here, but we didn't drink whiskey the other night with my buddy. We gift exchanged it. Basically, for the last couple of years, me and a couple buddies and my brother, we just give each other like a nice bottle of whiskey or something for Christmas. It's a nice gift, and it's an easy gift. You know what I mean? You don't have to think about shit,
Oh, my wife, for Christmas, she gave me a bottle of, it's Cooper and Thief, and it is a red wine that's aged in whiskey barrels. That's what she gave me, which, I mean, it's good. I tried it the other night. It's fucking good. But it's a red wine aged in whiskey barrels. She thought it was the other way around, which was funny. But
I've got port wine finished bourbon that my brother gave me last year for my birthday, and it's pretty interesting. It's decent. I forget what it's called, but he said it was pretty decent. I liked it.
Dude, this is really strange. Like, so I was casting you onto my TV earlier, and like I'm looking at my cell phone TV, and it looks like my eyes are closed, but my eyes are open, and I'm looking at all you guys. So this is really kind of trippy.
Why is it I feel uncomfortable when Dark's laying in bed and talking about us?
Oh, I'm on the couch.
That doesn't look like a couch, Dark.
I mean, it's a big comfy couch,
This is it's not going Brokeback Mountain.
I even got my sack right there.
Brokeback Mountain comes to mind, definitely.
Yeah, as I'm talking about how to make sugar bombs.
I'll show you guys some shit in a second. And
dude, I'm telling you though, like real quick for everybody out there that's interested in energetics, okay? So you could walk to the closest grocery store right now. Okay, you could buy a bag in the sugar aisle of pure erythritol. Okay, you can take the erythritol, sulfuric acid, and ammonium nitrate, which is tannerite, and literally with a beaker, an ice bath, and a analog temperature. What's the temperature thing? The
Thermometer.
thermometer. Thank you.
Thermometer.
You can synthesize high explosives that are netting just under
I'll be right back.
7,000 meters per second. And you do the math of 7,000 meters per second to feet per second, you're talking about some high level shit. Now, of course, only do like stuff like that for the purpose of like research, education, learning, and stump removal and stuff like that. Follow all laws, but I find that so remarkable, and I didn't even know about ETN. I only knew about PETN. I didn't even know about erythritol tetranitrate until I had the EOD guy on, Danny Meatball, on my show, and learned about that shit. It's crazy.
Me and my buddy were just talking last night about like ammonium nitrate, and he was like, man, he was like, you know what they make that old freaking like cowboy powder out of? I was like, ammonium nitrate and charcoal. He's like, yeah. Do you believe that shit? You can make black powder. I was like, dude, I guarantee your father-in-law knows old guys up the hollow that do make black powder probably still.
Mm-hmm.
He's an old man. He's in his 80s, man. I shot his black powder rifle. It was like handcrafted, like 100%. It wasn't a kit gun. It was amazing. It had like all these brass inlays in the stock, and it was like a tiger maple like stock, and it had all these inlays of like wizard designs and crap, dude. It was probably made in the 50s. It was a freaking beautiful, very long, one of those Kentucky long rifles, like the full length wood stock, almost to the end of the barrel. It was awesome. We were shooting pumpkins at 50 yards, man. It was sweet.
That's dope.
Yeah, lots of
Yeah.
smoke.
Oh yeah, that shit's smoky. Any new purchases from you guys? What's up, Warsaw?
What's up?
I got the GP 100 357.
Nice.
Dude, it is nice. It's like a $850, $900 gun. I got it used in the box, like brand new, for $550.
That's what's up.
Yep. And my buddy lucks out too, because he's been wanting my Security 6 357 stainless 2 3/4 inch barrel, and now I don't need it, so he's gonna get that for $500. He's gonna have a nice, good all around 357 because he doesn't have one yet.
Nice.
Hey, Dark,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you do look like you're gonna pass out.
Oh, I'm mighty awake. I promise. I mean, I probably look like it because of the angle I'm looking down. Like my eyes are super squinty, but if I look like up, there we go. No, I'm awake. I just slept for a few hours. Holy shit! I'm looking at it on the TV, and I'm like, which it's delayed, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks like my eyes are closed, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just chinky. I'm just a chinky type of mofo.
Don't be playing joke, man. I don't want no pee-pee in my Coke.
So my newest addition is the MP5K clone, which is the AP5, and it's an MKE build, which is a very good high quality HK clone. And you can get them.
I imagine the Franklin trigger will work in the K's one.
Yeah, yep, they work in any 94. I think they have a 94, 91, and 93. I know they for sure. I think the 94 and 93 work together, like they work interchangeably. I may be wrong. I have the little sheet that Franklin gave me. Dude, Franklin agreed to let me and Crump buy them at a little bit of a discount because they're like $6.99, dude.
They're one of their, like, that and the AK triggers are their like highest price trigger.
Mm-hmm.
They're really expensive. Even the N22 one that I bought was like $300. It was like $280 or $290. But I'll tell you this. Listen to this shit. If you've got the freaking K, I've got a freaking old school, like from like 1970s, my dad's old Samsonite black hard side freaking briefcase. You want to try to make a homebrew freaking briefcase?
Samsonite. I
It's
was
the
way
right.
off.
It's
Yes,
dude,
Samsonite was where it was at back in the day.
dude. It's the right dimensions. It's the right size. It's a
Bro,
Samsonite brief. Look, Google Samsonite briefcase and look up what it is and look at the size. I just watched Hickok 45's video. He did a video on the
Yep.
briefcase the
you
other
know
day.
the hilarious thing though, right?
Because you know machinists, right? You could
Yeah.
get the you could make it.
Yeah,
It's
well, and the one that I got, even though I casually call it an MP5K, it is technically an MP5KN or an AP5N, which was literally the crown muzzle. So the muzzle device is chopped
Yeah.
specifically to work with the briefcase.
okay.
So I mean, we could make it. The only thing is that the
Trigger pack.
Let me. Well,
no,
no,
the briefcase. Sorry, the briefcase becomes an NFA item, so there
yeah,
has to be
but
enough metal to serialize it. I
yes,
am
but it's
call
worthy
me a
project. It's a worthy project.
oh
Give me
for
a
sure.
second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab that briefcase. And I'm going to try to get my video working. It's
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
it's honestly the right size. Let me put this smoke down. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You rock and roll.
yeah. I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What does Coop remind you of?
Coop reminds you of an old fat hobbit.
No, well, you ever watch Deadliest Catch?
Mm-mm.
Oh
yeah.
It's been a very long time since I watched Deadliest Catch.
That's Wild Bill, and
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I'm not Wild Bill.
It's
I
funny,
don't
as
have
soon as-
balls big enough to be Wild Bill.
As
All
soon
right,
as you said that, it was like,
I'm
It
dipping.
looks exactly like you, Coop.
I'm dipping out.
Wild Bill has balls big enough to take out a fucking condominium. I do not have those balls.
those wrecking balls.
You got the hairstyle though.
Oh, hey, the
It's
hairstyle,
true,
maybe.
the hair and the beard, you know.
Oh shit! I gotta grab my damn charge cable.
That's funny as shit.
You're-
Actually, now that I'm looking at it on my TV, like Wild Bill looks like Bull Rush if Bull Rush had white white hair and beard.
Yeah, just in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, who the fuck? I just watched Deadliest Catch. Who the fuck does this resemble? And sure enough, oh yeah, Wild Bill.
That's hilarious. Yeah, for who was it? I saw some comments. No gummies, dude. I haven't had gummies or McFlurries or any of that shit for like forever. I haven't had a McFlurry since August.
You know what
I was-
sucks more than anything? Sugars and everything, dude.
Yeah, I know. Even if you eat a piece of bread, it metabolizes to sugar, or drink whiskey, it metabolizes to sugar.
So it's carbohydrates. That one.
Dude, I got a friend who's actually allergic to wheat, and every time he has eaten wheat of any source, he gets like a skin rash.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you, man, food allergies have become such a big ass part of my life when we had my daughter, because when she was a year old, we found out that she had a peanut allergy, and that's really kind of like all that I've like told you guys. Like, she has a peanut allergy, but over the last few years, it's gotten progressively worse. Her levels have gotten worse.
Ew.
She like literally, if you were to like, I'll give this example. So the way we found out that she had the allergy is I was eating trail mix in my car, and when I got home, I literally just picked her up and gave her a hug and a kiss, and then boom, she broke out, just the oils touching her skin. And since then, she's been diagnosed with the peanut allergy, a sunflower seed allergy, and then most recently her levels went up to like crazy, like through the roof. And she also peanut allergy, sunflower seed allergy, and pistachio allergy and cashew allergy. And like that's like everything. Like whenever you guys out there are like, you know, going shopping or looking at food, just take a look at all the labels of shit that you're putting in your cart, and you'll be like, holy hell, that's like 80% of everything that's in paper, plastic, or cardboard or whatever. Did we lose Coop? I technically can't show the MP5 clone on camera.
MP5s, man. If there was no NFA, we wouldn't have all these issues with these laws.
I know, dude. It's ridiculous.
I know that the courts are trying to repeal the NFA, hopefully, if it does go through.
I mean, there's been so many opportunities where cases like could have repealed the NFA, or could have at least,
But it's
taken
just,
action in that direction.
the more you think about it, these laws can accidentally get people, in trouble by just any means minorly. It's like, all right, you take down a barrel down a certain length, and you realize, it took too much off, then they committed a felony right there.
Well, you
it's
look
crazy.
at the videos that I did on the original arguments for the NFA.
That's sick, Joe.
Dude, no, seriously.
If
Go
a
ahead.
person cut down a shotgun under 18 inches, well, then they were guilty of a federal firearms
Offense.
offense. Yeah. And it didn't matter whether it was 18 inches and then they cut it down. They said they had an issue and they cut it down to 17 and a half inches. Well, that half inch got your ass a violation.
Well,
And that's ridiculous.
Well, what's the other thing? Like suppressors, like why are they heavily regulated? That there's a very positive thing with that. Is because for suppressors, you don't lose your hearing because people don't realize how loud different frequencies of firearms can have different pitches, and you lose your hearing easily when you're just shooting near.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You look at other countries, and when you have a firearm, it's basically polite to have a suppressor because it
Especially when you're sport shooting,
cuts
but
down
even
the
so,
noise on
hunting.
whatever round you're shooting. So this whole idea that Americans have that this like
Man,
John Wick where you're shooting each other in the subway and pow
Oh, shit.
pow and you see the tile break and there's no sound behind it. I'm sorry, that shit just doesn't fucking happen.
No, it doesn't. Because
But
I mean, I've
the
shot my
Americans,
you're
it's
thinking
like-
it's like the Hollywood thing where they think, it's like all the mafias have suppressors and shit.
yeah. Well, it becomes this fucking Hollywood thing where
That's
the
what-
vast majority of people are uninformed about shit, and they think that these suppressors, they just make things so quiet. Well, no, they don't.
You
The
would
shooting
only need
in
a suppressor if you're an assassin.
yeah. Well, what is it? It was the shipyard shooting, and there were people on the second and third floors that heard the shooting that tried to react. And yes, the dude had suppressors on his guns, but suppressors aren't. It's not like taking something that is fuck. How do I?
it can make it harder for you to locate the shooter, but it won't make it like the shooter's a ninja. Yeah, it's gonna completely hide the flash, and it's gonna not completely, but it's gonna greatly muffle the report. So it's gonna not echo as much. So it's gonna be harder to locate the shooter for a couple shots. But again, if it's night, you're getting that. If it's night, you're gonna see the flash a little bit, but you're losing a lot of that
I mean,
flash.
here's the thing.
Yeah, these dudes in the naval yard shooting. I mean, that happened during the middle of the day, and they were like, "Okay, well, shit. Hold on. I hear these sounds, and they sound like shots, and I need to do something." Well, what that comes down to is the fucking Christ. I'm going to lose my damn brain tonight.
Procedure.
Well, what it comes down to is this need for everybody to think that something is on the same level. In other words, well, hey, maybe those weren't shots, and I'm going to justify this in my own brain that maybe those were just some loud noises, and I don't need to fucking adjust to that.
I go outside with shots. See what's
It's
going on.
Interesting. Like, there's, I think it was on Reddit. There's a story of a woman that was like, within a few months of her husband getting a 45 can. So
Yeah.
I remember pulling this up when I was looking at getting one of those AAC Tyrant 45
Tyrant.
cans.
That's
yeah.
a good.
Yeah, I mean, and it was like, it was new at that point, so I was like scouring the internet for any information that I could find because I had an employee deal. I got that AAC SDN6 can for $500, and
Wow.
like, yeah, it was like a $1,100 can. It was like, shit, that's a hell of a deal. So anyway, so I'm like scouring the internet, and there's a story of this woman whose husband got like one of the, I think it was one of the FN45s with a Tyrant can or something like that. But anyway, she's saying that like one day, her and her husband are at home, and he goes out to the garage because he is like one of us, right? He's a gun dude, so he goes out to the garage and fucks around, probably just like how the same way I fuck around in my gun room and whatever. And she was like, before I went to bed, I heard this sound that sounded like a car door slamming, and it was him eating a 230 grain pill. He just put the can to his head and killed himself. And like, she was like, I never would have known or whatever, but like, look, like there's no, what would it have done if you knew right away, right? Like you think a 230 grain jacketed hollow point to the head would have changed anything between, a half an hour to the hospital or 8 hours to the hospital? Of course it's always a possibility, but it's also highly unlikely. But when people say like, oh, you only need a suppressor if you're an assassin, or you only need, whatever, if you plan on doing something, or if you only need it if you want to shoot and you don't want other people to hear you. And for me personally, what I say is I want to have all the equipment that law enforcement and military has. I mean, that's only reasonable because, you know what? It is going to be more difficult to hear my flash. It is going to be more difficult to, actually hear my report, see my flash, and, whatever. And I want every advantage that I can get.
Well,
Even if bad things happen in some cases.
I don't know what's suicide, but like my dad's friend, he freaking swiped. They were in there like freaking 60. He was dying of cancer, but he sent his wife out for groceries, and he went downstairs in the basement and put a pillow to his chest, and he did the same thing. It was a 45 ACP. Put a pillow to his chest. Didn't want to disturb the neighbors. When she found him, he said, "I'm sorry about the mess." Dude, he was a jokester, but it's kind of dark, weird comedy.
Well,
But,
here's my argument about, and they use this shit all the time about, well, there's 45,000 people that die of firearms violence and all this shit. And you look into it, and 2/3 of those are suicides.
Yeah, almost 70%.
And they
Okay.
consider firearm violence. Killings and stuff.
Yeah. So how are you going to say that someone that commits suicide with a firearm, because they know that is going to be the ultimate of it's done and I'm doing it?
Yeah, it's
How
highly
are you going to
effective.
say that same person, if you took a firearm away from them, how are you going to say that they wouldn't done it of some other way?
Oh, dude, I
You
just taught
can't.
people how to make a grenade with a fucking bag of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's so many different ways that people could do things like that. yes, firearms are highly effective, but they're by no means the most effective. And yeah, maybe
Well,
easier
you
than
look at
some, but
you look at other countries versus the United States. You look at a country like Japan. They don't have any firearms ownership whatsoever. However, their firearms, or their, not necessarily their firearms, but their suicide deaths related to population are higher than the United States.
Dude, look what
So
Canada's
young, unfortunately.
Well,
Yeah.
here, Coop, you
Canada's
mentioned.
going through their medical system.
Well, Coop, you also mentioned Japan. Well, look at what happened recently with the current Japanese president. He got assassinated with a guy that just made a whole bunch of shit out of like nothing.
yeah. And it was pretty advanced too. It was using electro triggered.
Well, all you need is something to ignite a powder to actually throw a projectile, and you've got that shit settled. The human society has figured that out since they were cannoneers. When they figured out that I can take a big ass cannon, hold on, and I can make that down into a manageable size for a human, and I can defeat armor. Well, that's what it was about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The history itself doesn't lie about the shit. And then
Well,
people will say, well,
history needs to be erased. History needs to be erased because it's not politically correct. We have to erase what we don't like.
What they're trying to do.
Never happened.
Yeah. Well, that's when you get into, people will say, well, our founders didn't know that this firearms technology would become this dangerous. Yeah, they did.
Talk to your children about what they're learning.
You're talking
They're
about
already
people. Well, you're talking about people at the time who knew what explosive mortars would do to the human body. They knew this shit. Yeah. So don't tell me that they didn't know what the AR-15 would do. No,
dude, they had fucking Gatling guns and privateers and.
Or well, here's another example: the mini ball. You got shot with that on the fucking limb, you're getting your neck sawed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole there's nothing saved.
if you look at the founding fathers in their time, if you look at with their technology, one, they wanted shit that would take out more people with less problems or less issues. They wanted that. They did.
Yeah.
Because they knew what warfare was, which is warfare was, okay, we have more power than you have.
Yeah. By the way, Dark, that case is 12 inches by 16 inches, and it's a total of 3 inches deep once you remove out the little document holder. And it'll be like 2 inches on one side, then it'll clamshell and have another inch on top. So 3 inches total deep, 12 by 16. So you might have to go to a round bag.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll get them from you in a second. I'm filling up I had to switch out my whole shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Dark, we trust me. We know you're gay, and you just have to.
Yeah.
Yep. No, but
fucking techno kills me with that laugh.
No, the thing is, I always keep telling people, no matter what law you pass, no matter what you propose, you're not gonna diminish violence. Period.
No, you're not.
It's like me trying to prevent anybody's death through, like, say, if I could make a time machine and prevent that person from dying.
I don't think they're trying to diminish violence. I think they're trying to freaking tip the scales. I think they're trying to freaking they're trying to freaking, disarm, people that would want to righteously defend themselves, and then stoke vision to make the people that are, well, animals, rile the animals up and make them attack good people.
Well, what I was getting at is you can't legislate morality.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah. You can't
You can't-
legislate against
you can't-
evil. You can't legislate morality. 100%.
Tell that to the
You
assholes
can't
that from
take
California.
you can't take someone who say I believe it's okay
Specifically
to
the bastards
punch
of
a
Sacramento.
left-handed person in the face. You can't take and legislate that.
I don't try to fix the people at work, but I constantly hear them telling me what they don't like about me, and I'm like, there's a lot of things I don't like about you. I'm just not vocal about it, and I don't think it's productive because it doesn't have anything to do with work. So
Yeah.
let's get on.
Yeah,
Work.
100%.
I know you guys don't like that I went out and break a lot of guns. Get over it. I don't really care what you guys are talking about, because I don't care what happens on the View or these daytime TV shows, because I don't watch television. That's freaking simple, people.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
you are 100% right.
Yeah,
what,
get
100%.
Get on. Simple.
No, but what I was gonna get at, I just lost my train of thought.
You're in good company.
Yeah, tis true.
What saddens me is people don't read history. And the more
No.
people don't listen to people from history and countries they've actually been to, then
People don't even tune in the world affairs. World affairs, like what's happening, Congo and other places. Except for what's fed.
I can already understand you, dude. You're kind of choppy.
Well,
Chopping in and
no.
out. It may be me. My bad. I was washing my hands.
it's like you were
It's
saying.
slow drip.
People don't understand that.
I mean, our country.
I don't want to enforce my will on you, and you
Yeah.
don't want to enforce your will on me.
Yep.
So
I don't know about that last bit.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
Well, it's like this wokeism shit. All this radical LGBTQ stuff. It's going everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah, the radical homo shit that I'm dealing with on a daily basis out here.
Well, it just there's never enough, and it work it gets really hairy, because then you have these quote unquote empowered people, and they walk around with chips on their shoulders, and they eventually have to, like, I always play the hate speech card when they say something off color, they make a joke to me. I'm like, hey man, if I were to say something to you like that, you call it hate speech, so I'm calling you out for hate speech. You need to curb that right now. If you say something more like that, I'm going to HR, and you're going to have to talk about it. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, no, I already got you on hate speech today, dude. I can say whatever the fuck I want now.
That's the whole.
I've already
they
played the game. It's over.
Not
They
to mention
play-
all
they
the
play the
mainly
game with
ripping
us
your
all the
teeth
time,
off,
which I'm fixing to pass out. But no, they play the game with us all the time, which is you have to be a homophobe.
They don't just like, dude. I work in an
Homo, you're supposed to, you're
Full of-
phobist.
I work in an
Homophobe.
office full of man and one gay dude, and I can't win. My boy Tim transferred out. He was another boy.
Well, me, I just like poking the hornet's nest.
That's what they tried to do to me, and I tried to get the gay dude on my side. I'm like, don't side with the chick. Go backstab and stay on the guy. He fell apart.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's the whole. Well, you don't like this because you're a homophobe,
xenophobe.
They don't even. We
Well,
don't
you're gonna love
socialize.
this.
These aren't people that I socialize with in my leisure time, so they don't know who I am in personal life. They just make these
They
assumptions.
probably don't know and don't care.
Yeah, well, they don't know, but they want me to be that because they want to hate me for some reason, and I don't hate them, and they're the ones that are supposed to love everybody, but they're the ones that are being.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're just trying to
They're
antagonize us.
ones who's supposed to be like the whole rainbow, and
They're trying to evoke reaction. They don't like it because the office chicks go along with that stuff. But when we have meetings, when all the guys are in their field, the guys that actually go out and do the physical work, when they have those presentations, they don't want to listen to it, and they don't like that those guys are making snide comments on the side, and I'm kind of laughing too. They're like, yeah, just like those guys. Like, those are the guys that do the real work. I respect them more than you guys. Yeah,
oh, yeah, dude.
yeah,
What's up,
they do
brother?
a more important job than we do. You should respect them, and who cares if you disagree with them? Yeah, those are the guys that do the work that we support.
Well, unfortunately, you can't disagree with these people, because if you disagree with them, they want you dead.
You're not going to
It's
tell
that-
a
it's just that simple.
labor that he has to put a rainbow flag sticker on his bumper and go to the. I mean, they go to these meetings and they sit there and they're just like they're sitting there with their arms crossed, looking at them. The presenters are just uncomfortable as hell because they don't want to be there, and they know that those guys have to be there for this crap, and they don't. I mean, there's never any questions. Anybody have any questions? All crickets the whole time. The hour-long meeting lasts about a half hour. Just all right, fine. And they just like hey, we're gonna do a meet and greet. Nobody ever goes to meet anybody. They just go out the door,
Yeah.
and go about their day. So they know it's not well received. They just have to go
They're
through
all
those, say they
phobophobes.
had the presentations for their little ESG score for the freaking investors.
Fragged Out Design, what's up, brother?
Shit, well, you'll love this. During right before the elections, I was minding my own business, driving in the street. This left-handed idiot was showing off these far-left signs, like stop fascism, keep only Democrats can save the world, blah, fucking blah, that sort of stupid shit. And I couldn't help it. I was at the stoplight. Guy gave me a dirty look. As soon as that sign, that stop line or stops. What am I saying? That stoplight turn from red to green. I gave that retard the finger, and he started chasing me down the. He was running after my car down the sidewalk, screaming all types of vicinities. I mean, it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, man, you're a white male. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, you never know.
You're a sister.
he was a white dude too.
Here's the fucking thing, though, man.
He ain't never gonna
Look
beat
back.
me, California man. No.
Look back to the 80s when what's his name defected from Russia, Yulov or whatever his name.
What is it? Yuri
Orlov?
Bezmenov.
You talking Orlov?
Yeah,
Yuri
Yuri
Bezmenov.
Orlov.
Bezmenov.
Yeah, that guy.
Bezmenov.
Sorry, it's too late. Yuri Batsaltov. When he came over, I mean, he basically painted a picture of what it would look like to run a century-long psyop on our country, and look at from where we were then, right? We're literally looking at like a time when straight males were assaulting and randomly killing dudes with AIDS because of alleged butt sex or needle sharing, right? Now we're in a day and age where if you run a business, if you have any influence at all in your job and your social media or whatever, if you don't randomly advocate for sodomy, you are evil.
Yeah.
This is such a backward
He's
shit.
just shitting their own.
Well,
Every
You're
rainbow
blacklisted on investments.
well,
if Glorunge taught me one thing, and God bless Glorunge and RIP and wherever the fuck you are, bud. If this guy Glorunge from our old Discord taught me one thing, it was every time you see a rainbow flag, it is advocation of sodomy. Every time you see, anything, and I know gay folks, and I got no personal problem with them, but what I do have a problem with is the societal advocation of sodomy and you forcing other people to advocate for something that my Bible says is immoral, wrong, and evil. You know?
There was do you guys have you
R.I.P.
heard of,
Grunge.
have you seen the website for Gays Against Groomers?
I've seen it.
No.
With that-
They,
It's
They-
groups that are gay, but they're against groomers and pedophiles.
correct.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And they're promoted. They've been on like Owen Schroyer's show on the Infowars channel, but they had a really cool graphic that they put out. I saw it it was on a meme post, but I'm gonna try to find it here. It was like it was a hand holding a Glock, like pointing one, and it was all in like rainbow colors, and it was just like, the first sentence said love is love, like, something like gay marriage is okay, and then it just kind of like went down to like, what we're looking at today.
Well, shit, I was telling people that 10 plus years ago. Versus gay marriage, what's next? Bestiality, transvestitism,
Ching to you,
pedophilia.
reality, so I'm told.
What's really astonishing is how far our military has now gotten. Every branch has now been infiltrated with all this wokeism, and they have normalized transgenderism. They normalize this whole, indoctrination about identifying you as not a male but a female. It's just bullshit.
Well, but let's just get one thing out of the way. Let's break down transgenderism. If you cut some dude's freaking wang off and you do a tuck job and give him like a fake snot pocket, but it's not a real mucous membrane, it's not a pussy. You don't get an orgasm from it. You just basically made yourself a freaking flesh cavity fuckhole.
Pie.
And you made yourself an extra butthole with and it doesn't do anything. And if then you've got hygiene issues with it. It's not. And when people realize that there's no magic behind this surgery or whatever, and then they realize that they just made themselves a eunuch, and they're just like, fuck, well, they're going to kill themselves or kill somebody else before they kill themselves.
Statistically, they are. Statistically, people with gender dysphoria are at about a 46% likelihood of committing suicide. People with gender dysphoria post operation are at about 48% likely to kill themselves.
And that's scary to be put in a military branch of any type.
We'll also
Yeah,
understand
man.
too. They're so out of
yeah, they
control.
can go-
You say
they can go
something against
rogue.
them, they'll want to kill
They
you.
go rogue and take out some of
Yeah.
their battalion. They go down.
Yeah, because I
Definitely
want to.
like a fucking Full Metal Jacket on somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I could picture people being like, you know what, or become serial killers. Yep, facts. I mean, I
Pretty
could
much.
picture people being like, you know what, I saw this guy talk about how any rainbow flag there's advocation of sodomy, so he needs to get murked.
Dude, Silence of the Lambs, fucking Buffalo Bill, man. That's what his was.
Yeah.
That was the character. It was the whole movie was fucking around that of him being like fucking gender dysmorphic, whatever you call it. It was around that.
Yeah,
Remember when he was
dysphoria.
fucking dancing with his fucking nut tuck?
Now, here's the real question. Okay, here's the real question. Coop, what are your thoughts on this?
I think I heard you.
Oh, no, he didn't. He's just sleepwalking.
Coop, you okay, man?
Falling asleep on us in there,
No,
showing your age.
it's off it.
He looks like he's gonna pass out.
Are you nodding?
Coop, what are your thoughts on all this?
I think he's sleepwalking.
I can't fucking quantify them.
I think he's
Are you
drunk,
starting to
guys.
speak gibberish on us?
Oh, he's drunk. I think he's drunk.
Coop, brother, in the stream, dude, and take care of yourself. Good. Did you throw the cigar? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
he's
wanna make sure.
shit-faced.
Just want to make sure there's no fire hazards. Cool, brother. Go take care of yourself and go to bed. All right, we love you.
Yeah, we care about you, Coop.
Much love, dude. No homo though.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be good, Coop?
Yeah.
All right, make sure
You
you.
back in the land
He's
of the living?
happy, man. He's happy.
Yeah, make sure you get to bed safe. Okay, don't sleep outside.
Yeah, you're gonna get eaten up by the mosquito.
All right,
Eaten
y'all.
up by
Be
one of the
safe.
roosters.
Y'all have a good
Stay
night.
dangerous. And tomorrow, since I didn't stream tonight, I may do a birthday stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, congrats, dude.
Appreciate it, man. All right, thanks for having us on, Coop. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
dark.
Peace. Bye, Coop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coop, you're one fucked up motherfucker, aren't you?
I'm getting there.
You getting there? You getting there?
I'm getting there.
What'd you drink tonight? What you got? We drinking in the glass. Huh?
You got a flash that I should be seeing? Yeah. Sure, he's not. Are you sure you're not high rather than being drunk?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm drunk.
Drunk.
Yeah. That's more of a drunk. It's delayed a
Yeah,
little bit.
you got that drunk smile going on, or that high smile. Okay, I see. Yeah, you got some good shit right there.
I gotta work tomorrow. I'll hit some liquor tomorrow night, but that's a nice feeling, man. You get a little warm, you get all happy, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah. No
I'm
kidding.
already at my
Yeah, dude,
house.
shit on the bacon string.
Oh yeah, I never drink liquor when I'm out. That's danger time. But freaking when you're at the house, why not?
Shit, I'm
It-
taking a patrol and bacon string tomorrow night.
It'll clean your guts out, man. It'll freaking clean out all that bacteria. Get your gut biome balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Just
Can't
don't do it
clean.
with antibiotics.
Are you out on the front porch, Coop? Is that what you got? Are you going on?
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm out chilling.
that's pretty cool. Do they have a sleeping bed out there?
No.
Dude, my buddy's camp has a couple summer beds on the porch. Those are freaking.
Yeah.
It's nice, dude. Sleep on the summer bed out in the night. It's freaking awesome, right on the river.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me some summer camping this year, man. I'm making a New Year's resolution to do some camping
Yeah. But
and some fishing. Definitely some fishing. If you're camping, you gotta go fishing. It's rivers
See,
right.
keep doing fishing, but he's gonna be fishing for alligators.
No, we got
True.
freshwater.
Like a midget version
You-
of
you might
Wild
find
Bill.
gar. You might find a gar, but I don't think there's gar up where I'm at. I'll be in Upshur County, which is a little bit south of here.
He looks happy.
yeah. I'm fucking way happy.
He wasted.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. If you want to clock out, Coop, man, I'll freaking.
Yeah. Dude.
Are you good to go?
We need to clock out because I'm fucking.
Can you count your AB or can you do your ABCs?
Fuck you.
It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock, man. If I stay on the clock any longer, you're going to pay time and a half.
No, dude. We need to like clock out.
All right, man. Take care. Be good.
All right, see you later, Joe.
All you
Later.
guys, be cool. Take it easy. And I can't even remember.
Keep
Either
your
did
dick.
so how are you going to make it inside, let alone to bed?
Oh
Yeah.
fuck, true, man. All right.
Yeah, I will make it inside. I promise.
Knowing him will probably fall. Oh, knowing you, John, just be aware, Coop. Maybe you won't do pull up bacon, do a face plant, and fall asleep on the freaking in the kitchen like bacon does.
No, I won't do that. I will actually make it inside.
Okay. Oh, I wish you luck and Godspeed.
So yeah, all you guys take it easy, and we'll keep.
Man, I'd have to. I was up where your ass is at. I'd have to freaking carry your
Yeah.
ass inside. But I'm too far to the West Coast, so sorry, brother. You're on your own.
Yeah.
I'd send you Uber if nothing else.
You said
Put
some
your house
bitches.
up so
You
you're
guys
home.
take it easy.
You wasted, man. I love you, brother, but you wasted.
Yeah. Yes.
So we don't have to work tomorrow. That'd suck.
Yeah. What shit? No, I is gonna work tomorrow. You guys take it
All
easy.
right, brother. Take care. Be in touch. Or you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll sit here and be sure you make it inside.
I will make it. Whatever.
You good?
Yeah. One of these days are fucking good.
Just waiting for you to log off. Okay, I guess that'll do the trick. All right, stay frosty, boys. And Godspeed. Till next we meet.